Hello friends, let us begin with this slide and very important topic, what, why it's a time to kill cold call and once and for all. You know, very big industry of cold calling, and what has happened that why should we kill that? 50 years ago, cold calling actually worked like a charm. Then what happened? Here was a seller. He used to ask, Mr. Buyer, do you want to hear something good about the product? But buyer used to tell, sir, surely I can't get product information elsewhere, so I would love to hear your pitch. So the word here, I'm not able to get the information elsewhere. But today, it's a little bit different. Today what's happening is that Today, what's happening? Here, he's telling Mr. Buyer, do you want to hear something about the amazing product? But he's saying, are you kidding? I'm too very busy for this. Why? Here's Mr. He's now another interruption, by the seller. He's cold calling. Mr. Buyer, do you want to hear something about an amazing product? No, I can't look at this. I can't just look up guys online. I'm not interested. I'm interested. So seller dialing. You have reached a better trapper. I'm not here right now, so please leave a message. I'll get you back. This is how the buyer is responding nowadays. So seller, now what he is signing. So it's pretty clear from the buyer's reaction to cold calls that they are bad for the buyers. So, but what about the seller? Let's consider some statics. Cold calling is, 90%. Cold calling is ineffective 90% of the time. This is the static says. Less than 2% of the cold calls result in meetings. Just understand. It takes 18 calls to connect with a single buyer. How many calls? You have to make 18 calls to connect the buyer. And call back rates are less than 1%. You just understand. So assuming that 0.3% appointment booking rate with 20% win rate, you will be able to have 6,264 calls to make 4 sales. So what is this? This is really very rubbish. Now seller is thinking, oh, he's crying. Now it's pretty clear that cold calling is also bad for the seller. Now wondering why the cold calling has become less effective. Let's go to the buyer. Backstop. Ask for the outbound calls only. Email. Email is much better way if you get hold for me, frankly, than a phone. I don't answer to the phone unless my contact list. If someone else really want to speak to me, he will have to leave a message, right? But wait, what about the voicemail? Could be great, be a call saving grace. I got some bad news for that here. The number of people retrieving the voicemails dropped by 14% from 2012 to 2011 to 2012. So 14% drop rate is there. So Coca-Cola, JP Morgan have done away with the voicemail for majority of its workers. Now only 18% of the people check voicemails from the unrecognized number. How many? Only 18% of the people check. So cold calls are bad for the buyers and bad for the sellers also. So it's time to kill the cold calls. So here is the RIP from rest in peace, the cold calls from 1930 to 2015. Do you know how amazing product passed away peacefully when people stop answering their phones? But we have buried, now that we have buried the cold call. Now what to do next? Turn up the heat. Warm calls and emails. Capitalize the market, buyer interest, are relevant to the buyer's unique station, respond the trigger events, take advantage of reference. So these are the better ways for buyer and sellers. Here are few examples to get started. First, warm email. Respond to the demonstrated interest. Hi buyer. That we have noticed that you have noticed that recently you have downloaded a book and warm emailing you. So basically you have to send a warm mail. Second, tell her the buyer's unique situation, that we have done some research in the company and I have noticed that using cold emailing is outreach. So research shows that cold emailing is on the decline, but I'm worried I'm not reaching the customers as effectively as it could be. But my company advocates some warm emailing. The approach increases 1000%. So do you have 15 minutes on the phone so that I can share some of the insights with you? So basically he is proposing on the email, can I get you on the phone? So here the proposal is being made. Responding to a trigger, yes, then he is going to respond to that trigger event. Then there is an introduction by referral. This is another thing, when people start referring other people, yeah, we are good about the services. Then excited to get some warm mail, system cranking, and excited, there are just few steps that you will need to keep in mind. First, you need to find good fit buyers to target. HubSpot free CRM searchable database is 6 million prospects. Find the new proposals, that is the prospects. Find the perfect prospects that will be leading to searching industry, location and company size. So start searching the perfect bid prospect today. So prospects are very important. So track your emails, track your mails, open your mail, capitalize the attention at that moment. Third thing is to do research from the buyer in order to make the message relevant to the situation and personalized to them. Better personalize the messages. This is very important thing. Next, do research and lot of research. People do research on LinkedIn, Twitter, company site, personal, Google, industry page, web pages, etc. Get notified about the trigger events. So basically Google alerts for the target companies and industries. So this is nothing but work on your network. Before reaching out the new prospect, check LinkedIn if you have some shared connections. So if you reach them, you should have common acquaintances to introduce to them. So this is the best technique. Your warm email checklist. Target the good fit buyers, track your mails, do research, get notified by trigger events, work on internet and do a lot of research. And use a CRM, that is customer relationship management. So cold calling has got a run into what it gave buyers. Warm outreach, happy buyers, more sales. So happy yourself. And here is the equation we all got behind. So this was the slide created by HubSpot.com, and this is really very good slide which is given by HubSpot. If you want to go to HubSpot.com and find some good content. If you like my channel, please subscribe the channel, or you can also visit my website www.salmanguru.com. So this is my website. Thank you so much and stay tuned.